doing it because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the digs in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
You freak.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Transformers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Basement Benchwarmers Podcast back another week. Tonight we got Ed, Glenn, Tim, and Willie will be joining us shortly.
Damn
it. A lot to talk about. A few things happened this week, going into the All-Star break for baseball, with the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game coming up in the next few days. So let's start out like I start every show. How was everybody's this past week, or what they did, or how's it going, whatever. Let's start with Ed.
Oh, we had a pretty good week. Cleaned the house over the weekend. Found out our dogs are spoiled. There's toys under every piece of furniture in the house. I'm serious. Every time I move something, another toy, another toy. Like, what the hell? You know what we didn't find? Baggies of cocaine.
Damn it.
We didn't find any in our house. No.
Your house is the wrong
Not
color.
one illegitimate child was in our house. No laptops full of child porn.
That you know of.
No pics of me smoking crack. I didn't find any of those.
Damn it.
Well, with hookers.
Because you don't take any.
Yeah.
You're smart.
I don't take pictures. Yeah. No envelope full of cash from China or Russia or the Ukraine. I mean, I don't know. The last guy, though, posted a mean tweet. No, I have a theory. Hear me out. It's I'm thinking the January 6th pipe bomber, remember that guy with the hood on?
Yeah.
The person who leaked the Supreme Court abortion ruling, and the guy that left the cocaine, or woman, that left the cocaine in the White House are all the same person. I'm thinking that because
they can't catch them.
Yeah, and you know what I think it is really? Susan Storm Richards, the Invisible Woman. Because I mean, how many people can avoid those thousands of cameras in D.C. without getting spotted?
Right.
Could be Bigfoot.
And the security.
Could be a Bigfoot. Could be. I didn't even think about
Loch Ness Monster.
I think it's crazy old man Smithers, and I got away with it. It was for your meddling kids.
Pulls the mask up. I don't know, but I don't know. Somebody's got to be starting interrogating somebody there.
I don't know.
We have no idea who it is.
Who left cocaine in the White House?
In a closed area.
I can figure out who left cocaine in a bar in Kenosha because they have cameras. You can see who did it. It's not hard.
I think you're right, though, with the Scooby-Doo, because I can hear, row.
Scooby's got coke on his nose.
Row. What the hell?
Bouncing all over the place.
Jesus Christ.
Velma's smoking crack with him.
I parked downtown and I got one tire on the line. I get a fucking ticket. Jesus Christ.
It wouldn't have been Scooby. Come on. We know Shaggy's really the
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
Shaggy's into the... He's a pot. Scooby's the hard guy.
Yeah.
No, I think Freddy.
Marijuana's a gateway drug.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah. Fred.
I
Freddy's
agree.
fancy.
Freddy's probably the coke guy.
Oh, I agree with that ascot.
Fred, right? Freddy
Yeah.
is his name?
Yeah.
Fred. I think Freddy is the coke guy. I would say Freddy's the coke guy.
Oh, my God. I never even thought about that.
Think about it. He probably is.
I'll be back next week with a new opening.
Glenn, how was your week?
It was good. Pretty chill 4th of July, and with that, I just wanted to say let's agree not to call it 4th of July anymore. That's just a calendar and a date. It is Independence Day.
Yes.
We celebrate our independence on that day.
I agree.
Went to Summerfest, closed out Summerfest yesterday. It was pretty awesome seeing Tesla.
Nice.
Exactly how I remember seeing them 30 years ago. I mean, obviously the guys are a little bit older, a little bit heavier, except for the lead singer. He still looks like Skeletor.
Because he probably does a lot of cocaine.
Yeah, they
It was his cocaine.
Right?
They jammed though. They were
Awesome.
really good music.
What did they close with?
Signs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tim?
Huh? My week was pretty chill. Did not stay for the fireworks for the 4th of July. I wanted to beat the traffic, and I had like 3 meetings the next morning. So left Tony's at, 8-ish, and went to Lake Andrea's Beer Garden Friday night, which was a fun time. Until
The other club.
The other club, yeah. Willie's not here. That's awesome. He's so mad at me. It's like, thanks a lot.
That's a good invitation.
Yeah, and then golf with Willie and Scott on Saturday with my dad, and here we are. So, chill week.
Yeah.
How did Big Tim golf?
My dad?
Yeah.
What did he have? He actually did pretty well for him, like 114-ish. So he's 72, so he's kind of tiring out.
I thought he's a pretty good golfer back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you get older.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was fun. Brindale Blue, good condition. The weather was kind of wet.
Yeah, first 9 holes rained the whole time.
Yeah.
Back 9 it was nice, so it was weird. But
Right.
it was fine.
Right.
Not a heavy, just a annoying rain.
Just annoying mist, and then rain, and it came down like sideways. I felt like Forrest Gump in Vietnam.
It just kept raining
Right.
and rain.
And Willie was in the woods the whole time. So.
You better tuck that lip in, Timmy.
Yeah. We had to make sure that Willie kept coming out. And that dude, how many balls did he find?
He is
a ball hound.
He is like a
Look,
typical
look.
old man.
Yeah.
Look, I found balls. Dude, here's $10. Go buy a box.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Every time we waiting for him, Tim, he's just giving balls. I'm like, dude, we're trying to golf here. Let's
Right.
go. Nobody's behind us, so it was pretty nice.
Right. It was probably nice that he was actually finding the balls because the jackalopes in front of us were.
Yeah, take it forever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I still can't believe that we were only 7 minutes off pace by the end of the round.
It was. We golfed pretty quick for how we had to wait.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So you felt like Forrest Gump, you said? So you golfed with a black guy over your shoulder?
No.
Well, his golf bag is black. He carried it around.
The cart was. Had that big clump on the top of it, like we found it halfway through. That was funny.
Yeah, and I think yesterday, if I can't remember, but I think it's the first time I ever broke 100 in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That good, huh?
Shot 95.
Yeah.
Ooh, you broke it by quite a bit.
50 and 45, and a 50 probably could have been a 45 also. I just had some.
Our putting.
Yeah, the putting was off yesterday. It was
Yeah.
weird. Everything we'd leave everything. I mean, we had good putts,
Right.
just couldn't finish them. They were.
Yeah.
It was with the rain, the lag. It was just different. But we weren't leaving terrible. I don't think I 3-putted many times. Just we could have made a lot more putts that day.
Yeah.
So you're hitting your fairways and your approach shots pretty good.
My drive was a little off. Every drive I got lucky because my drives that were off, there was
Weren't
openings.
horrible.
There was I had
Yeah.
I had a couple times pitch out, punch it out because I had no choice. So that wasted strokes, but it happens. I mean, I had my irons pretty good. I thought yesterday overall.
Yeah.
Putted okay. Like I said, I wasn't mad at my putting. I just should have made probably 3 or 4 putts that I didn't make. I was like, man, but
Yeah, it was miserable the first 9. I mean, it was because it was just annoying rain. Yeah.
It was like
Well-
in Caddyshack with the bishop and
No, it wasn't that bad.
No.
Yeah.
And I shot the 50. I shot on the front 9. I think I played the par 3s at 6 over.
Oof. Nice.
So I had 2 6s on the par 3s, and I still shot 50.
Yeah, the par 5s killed me.
I went to water on the one, and I had, of course, and then the next one I think I went into shit twice. I think both of them I screwed up. Yeah.
I think I parred all the par 3s.
Nice.
Yeah, with par 4s.
Willie had a
Birdie had a
par
birdie.
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice birdie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Career.
Yeah, stuck it about probably 4 feet behind the pin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So really good shot. Yeah.
Was that his first birdie, or he's got it?
No, he's had birdies. I'm sure he's had a birdie.
I don't know.
We've all had birdies. I mean,
right.
I don't usually do it, but I have.
Right.
I didn't do. I had one in that day. I had a few pars. I mean, whatever. It was. I had a good time. It was fun. I mean, it was nice. I mean, the rain. It wasn't that. Like you said, the rain. It was just lucky. It was warm out.
Right.
That wasn't too bad.
No.
So, but yeah. So golfed, and that's all. I saw some soccer today down in Joliet, and I don't know what else did I do.
At the prison.
Went to went to Shotty's.
Wedding
reception.
A reception type thing at his sister's house. It was a good time. Had a few drinks. Had a few old fashions. So had a good time. It was a good day. And yeah, that was my weekend. Pretty much nothing too crazy, nothing too special. So But yeah, so that was week. So let's go into good, bad, and ugly like we do every week, and maybe hopefully Will gets here before we're done. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But if he does, he can hop in and catch up. So let's start with. I'll start tonight. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Does that work for everybody?
It's your show.
I'm gonna go with ugly. I'm probably gonna take people's ugly or bad here, but my ugly is Northwestern football. And Kenosha comes in the fray again at Camp Kenosha. Hazing incidents. Now today, yesterday came out. They were in sexual in nature. The story was they would take players into the dark locker room. The upperclassmen hold these kids down. They dry hump them in a dark room, and it's
Dry hump naked or?
I know. I think it was close, but it's.
That happened to me in first year in college.
Did it really?
On a road trip, yeah, on the bus.
Oh, well.
It happens.
Yeah. But it's just weird. It's just weird. I mean, some of the stuff here, and then Pat Fitzgerald does get suspended for 2 weeks.
So it wasn't dry. It wasn't dry humping.
It was dry for them.
It was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. I got excited.
But yeah, Pat Fitzgerald got a 2-week suspension, unpaid with this, and it was basically the suspension said something to the effect that he didn't think he knew about it, but it happened on his watch, so he got suspension. He's been there for a while. Pat Fitzgerald's been there since he was probably 18 years old with Northwestern football. Yeah. He's been involved, so that's. I mean, I think he's my age, 51, 52, I believe. Right. Because 89, the Rose Bowl and stuff. They played. He was on that team that went there with Donald Autry and all them.
Yep.
So that was 89ish, 88,
88, 89.
So he's a little older than we are, probably a little older than we are. So I mean, he's kind of an institution there. But I don't know. After you come off a 1-11 season, now you got this. Does a 2-week suspension become a firing? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of crazy because the bottom line, they did come off a 1-11 season. They just were 1-11.
Right.
They weren't good.
No.
And I obviously.
And the new stadium's coming.
Yeah, so I don't know. And I like Pat Fitzgerald. I mean, I get you get running this stuff, but I like Pat Fitzgerald, but it's hard for me to believe you don't know stuff's going on.
Right.
This is your football team.
Yeah.
Just like the Joe Paterno and Penn State stuff.
Right.
That's a bunch of crap that he didn't know this stuff. They just turned blind eyes and they came out after,
Yeah.
I mean, and this is Northwestern at this point is minor to what happened at Penn State, obviously, but it's just crazy, man. I feel bad for a guy like that because he's like it's going to be tarnish him a little bit now the rest of the way, and he honestly could get a statue put outside of that place, but it could be named Pat Fitzgerald Field at one point. You never know because he's been there so long. So.
Well, now it's how does he respond to this? That's the other thing.
Win, it'll be forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to win. You got to punish the guys that did it. You can't. It's our star quarterback. We're going to let him go.
This was from 2014, 15, 16.
Oh, this is that far back.
Yeah, this is coming back, and I have it here. They said, back to 2014. This is back to 2014. There were 50 people, so I think, and it happened in Kenosha at Parkside Camp Kenosha. But they just gave them a bunch of stuff they have to do now.
I think I was there that year working. No, I wasn't in the locker room. I'm not saying, but I mean, that might have been. Any of you guys go to Parkside?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did as well, and that might have been the hottest sex ever at Parkside because it's pretty slim pickings there.
Well.
I went there for a year. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I did too. I did one class.
I tried it for a couple semesters. Got asked not to come back one, and tried to finish up with the others.
So
kind of like you're dating.
Right. Oh, wow. Hey, so the Northwestern grads, right? Maybe they just take away the BMWs from the guys that had the infractions.
There you go. Good call.
Yeah, it's BMWs too.
Yeah. But they have stuff they're going to have to follow. They're going to have people require a guy in the locker room or somebody that's not associated with the team.
Right.
He has to babysit the locker room and report back. And so I mean, you think that they give us all these rules. I don't know how other colleges do, but all these rules are laid out. And you can look them up. I'm not going to go through all of them. Right. But you think they would just make this like through NCAA football? It'd be, let's just do this everywhere.
Right.
Let's just do it everywhere.
Right.
Because you think this would be in place after Penn State.
Right.
That's so my next joke was going to be, what did Paterno say?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you think Penn State, that Northwestern would have it already in place because of. You think as a school, you'd go, okay, you know what?
Well, as the Big
this ain't
Ten
happening
well.
here.
Right.
Yeah,
as
same conference.
Right.
Yeah.
But Penn State, I mean, is way over the top, more severe than this.
Oh,
but
you think you would have had stuff to stop stuff like this happening.
But you ever watch, they get these things called YouTube videos and TikToks, and these stupid kids, they emulate these things knowing that they're just stupid. Right. I mean, why would you do that? But they
Right.
The kids are kids. I mean, they're stupid.
And the fact that Fitzgerald didn't know anything about this is a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
those
that's
coaches
the
know
problem.
Everything that's going on with their fucking programs.
Oh, yeah. And you see at Parkside when, I've worked there while they're doing this, they've got separate classrooms set up for these guys.
Right.
They're in there studying. They go from one class to the next.
Got their own meal hall.
They got everything's all set up. So it's not like these guys are out rogue running around.
Right.
They maybe they are a little bit, but it's pretty structured.
Oh, yeah.
How did this get out into the public? How did they find out?
They've been interviewing it. They said they've been doing a thing since they've been investigating it for a while.
So this didn't happen this year.
No,
Get those guys on that cocaine.
I mean, this well, it happened in Camp Kenosha, and obviously they didn't have camp yet this year. So,
Camp Racine.
All I see on here is that on the back, it's the last thing I see is that this is reviewing emails and player history dating back to 2014. So they went back to 14 until maybe the present. So I'm guessing it's from 14 to now, and they interviewed 50 people associated with the football program, and that's how they came to this conclusion: is what happened and how it went down, and so that's
I believe Smokey would say, "Why are you bringing up old shit?"
Someone got sued.
Yeah. What was the other thing? Oh, Shrek's List. They would. That was another thing. The hazing. They would do Shrek's List, and where players' names were written on a whiteboard. And they would be bulleted under categories such as naked bear crawls and naked slingshot. I don't know what naked slingshot would be.
I don't want to find out.
Naked bear crawls, we all know that. We've all done a bear crawl. But I'm not naked.
Right.
I've never done one. And naked slingshot, they don't
want to know.
To me. I don't know. So Northwestern football, hopefully they can recover and go 2-10 this year.
Right.
Tim, go ahead.
Ugly. My ugly is WNBA player in Washington Mystics guard Natasha Cloud criticizing America. Quote,
love it.
Our country is trash in so many ways, and instead of using our resources to make it better, she said, we continue to oppress marginalized groups that we have targeted since the beginning of times. And then black, brown communities and LGBTQ, man, we are too powerful to be still attacking issues separately. So, don't like it? Go to
Russia.
Go to Russia. Well, hey, go to Iran and see how being gay is in that country. So,
yeah,
it's.
You ain't dry humping anybody there and only getting a 2-week suspension.
No. And the whole thing is too. I mean, I understand in a way, why she would say something like that as a minority. But I mean, to call our country trash like that is just.
Yeah, how marginalized is she if she's on a professional team making pretty large quantities of money? I mean, compared to the average person.
Right.
Yeah. It's a great segue into the women's soccer coming up.
Yep.
You get to hear Rapinoe every week or every
She's
day.
retiring, thank God.
After this
This is it.
After this World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's my ugly, just for the fact that just appreciate how free we are, that she's able to say that, and that she's able to make a living as a gay athlete.
She's gay too.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Do we have amnesia?
Yeah.
At points in life.
Yeah.
We got, I'm guessing, a friend of hers back,
right,
and left a person there that's still there, stuck in Russia. That's a citizen, and there's many others held other places, but that was our main focus, and we got her out, and then she just
a minority gay person.
And I get it, like Tim said, I get it. There is stuff that goes on, but it's just.
I bet
it's above. It's just when you see something, you just want to throw up. It's like,
right.
I mean, yes,
have a
I
voice.
get it.
Like I'm all for having a voice and standing up
Yes.
for your platform, but
what's that? What is that? That's not a platform.
No,
that's not going and making people
how's
aware.
That? Right.
How are you a victim? She wants to be a victim, is what she's pretty much doing. I mean, the worst one, and I'm gonna actually have one that's very similar here coming up, but. The worst one I heard over the week was Michelle Obama doing the same thing about how oppressed she was. And then they found out, this is probably 2 weeks ago, they found out she texted that.
I saw this.
From a yacht in Greece. Holy fucking shit, your life sucks.
Right.
I can't even afford to go to Greece.
And the fact that she has private security for the rest of her life.
Yeah. And she's complaining. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Maybe when she was a kid, she had a tough time. You know, kids picked on her like, oh, look at your big penis, whatever. You know, and I'm just joking about that part. That's an old joke. But I'm just saying, you know, she is a multi-millionaire with never holding a job, essentially, except being the president's wife.
Oh.
Multi-millionaire. She was a lawyer for a little bit, got disbarred, whatever. You know, all that stuff happens. But
was it cocaine?
No, yeah, who knows? It was her cocaine left in the White House. But she's sitting in Greece tweeting that she's oppressed.
Right.
And it's like, you got to be kidding me. It's just, it's tone deaf. We're living in the greatest country that's ever been. And you would, like you said, you wouldn't have the right to even say that in, you know,
Iran.
75% of the countries.
Saudi Arabia.
As people in Canada who are getting busted for protesting, you know, anything.
Right.
So,
yeah, but they have free health care. So.
Well, you know, Glenn's seen it, and my dad has seen it, how these people are treated in their countries.
Right.
And nobody gets it till you see it. You know, drop them in, make them, you know, like I said, make them live there for a week and just watch how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see, you know, and I've traveled all over in third world countries, like pretty rough ones. Some of the murder capital of the world, you know, Honduras or what. Yeah, it's not as nice as the United States. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah. So that's
I have some Hondurans working for me, and they ain't going back.
No.
So okay, go ahead, Glenn. Sorry, I commandeered a lot of your time.
Remember when this used to be a sports podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it was a sports. That was a sport. She's an athlete.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama's not.
Well, I piggybacked his.
All right, my ugly is the first half of the season for the White Sox, and it was capped off today by Eloy Jimenez stepping out of the box, walking away from the batter's box as the third strike was thrown.
Shut up.
Yeah, he tried to call timeout. He didn't get granted. And
so he didn't Bo Jackson it and fucking rock a home run?
no, he was halfway to the dugout when he threw the pitch. It was just stupid. They're just,
Glenn goes, it was just stupid.
yeah. So much talent on paper, and they just can't put it.
I thought when we started this
That's
podcast, we used to pump people up, and now you're over here calling them all stupid.
Well, I mean,
I agree with Glenn. The White Sox, man, that is one of the biggest failures in just a team before a season.
Over the last
we
multiple
all
years,
picked them, I think, to make the playoffs or part of the playoffs in
Right.
a season or something, be a part of it.
is Kenny still the GM there?
Yep. Yeah.
Is that a sore point for you?
I fucking hate it.
and last year we picked almost all of us picked them to win that division.
Right.
I think I was the only one that didn't, and I picked them to
Who's the coach?
get
Who's
the
the
wild
manager?
card.
It's that one guy.
Not LaRusse that's sleeping in.
No.
He was he third base coach?
Yeah, is he like a Dominican or something too?
He's Latin American.
He was the Houston third base coach. Right?
Yes, I think so. You're right.
Yeah.
I just think like Robert's gonna get traded. I believe Tim Anderson needs to get traded. I think Tim Anderson needs to change. And I think we talked about. I think Tim Anderson, a place for him to go would be the Brewers. I think that'd be a great place.
How
for
about
him.
the Dodgers? They need a shortstop.
Dodgers don't need anything. Well, they do, but they don't.
Pedro Grifol.
Yeah.
Why would you trade him to the Dodgers with? The Dodgers. I'm sorry, the Brewers with. I like their shortstop.
Adames.
Tim Anderson can play second
or third.
Adames.
No.
Oh.
Tim Anderson moved to second.
And,
Anderson moved to second. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I think his bat would come be a little better
Oh,
there. I think it's a change of scenery thing. I don't think he saw him out. I don't think he. I think it was poor on him, and he's set up whatever. But I don't think he doesn't like Chicago. Like people took it as, I don't think he likes the team. I don't think everything.
I don't think yeah.
There's a lot of disconnect in the locker room. You've heard. I've heard. Listen to radio shows, and they say there's a lot of. It's a very disconnected team where they talk on the north. Quoting Bellinger the other day, I didn't know this. I think did you tell me that, or someone told me about Bellinger that we were talking? Maybe it was last night, and someone told me we were talking. I think Bellinger might get traded. He says he wants to stay in Chicago. There's articles written. He loves Chicago.
Yeah.
He loves it there. I go, might not be his choice,
right?
But he wants to stay there.
Yeah.
He likes the team. He likes all that. So it's a difference in, because once again, the White Sox are probably, I'd say better talented because they have a better pitching staff when they're on.
Right.
I don't know. I don't even say that now. The Cubs pitching staff's pitching pretty well overall, but surprised us. But yeah, I don't know. That's great. Yeah, great point. I just think I agree, Glenn. I mean, it just sucks because for a fan like that, it's like you think, okay, it's gonna be a good year. We're gonna do something to be fun to watch a little bit, have something to watch maybe in September. And when it's like, okay, now we're gonna trade off parts.
You get embarrassed by Oakland, and it's not Kenny. Kenny's in the front office somewhere, but it's Rick Hahn who's the GM right now.
Gotcha.
But you got to look from Reinsdorf down. It's probably just so.
Well, Reinsdorf is
don't
so
get me
toxic
started.
there. You know?
the Reinsdorf the Bulls thing. You see that with
Right.
they let Pax and Gar Forman ruin that team for 5-6 years, and they brought a new guy in, and we thought, oh, he's great. He's just doing the same stuff for the Bulls, so
Right.
they're allowing it to happen.
We need a C-League in that office. I'm just kidding.
Ugly Ed.
All right, last non-sports thing for Glenn. So Ben and Jerry's, you guys heard of this debacle? The same type of thing. That's why I said it was coming around. So Ben and Jerry's tweets out, this 4th of July, it's high time we recognize that the U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it. Learn more and take action now. And then people retweeted and came back and were like, so you're giving back the land your factory's on in Vermont, right? Because that's on indigenous land. Damn. No response. Oh, they like to fucking spew hate out like they do about how privileged they are. But they ain't.
And that guy's got...
They did it about Israel last year.
Did they?
Yeah, but they still sold their ice cream in Israel. You could still find it there.
He sold his stock, sold his whatever he left, the old owner, Ben or Jerry.
Yeah. Because Unilever owns it now.
Yeah, he's always getting, he's at protests all the time. He's like this protest. I mean, he's like...
That's kind of what they built their thing on, though. It was kind of, they're a liberal...
His stuff, when it started out, it was more like, to me, it was more like environment stuff. And so that's fine, right? It was all that. Now they jumped into, just stay in your lane, man.
Give back our land.
Yeah.
I actually, because it was the 4th of July, I was watching a couple shows about, how Independence Day, how it came along, and I was in Boston last year and we walked the Freedom Trail all the way up to Bunker Hill and, we saw that. Actually had a horrible old fashioned up there, like a 200-year-old bar.
They smell like
but
pee.
you start looking and everybody forgets that a lot of the Native Americans were fighting on the side of the British.
Yeah.
There's like a list of 20 tribes that fought. They lost that war.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. So, I mean, what? You lost the war. Now you're complaining that your land's gone. I mean, I don't know. You pick side. And I know they had to pick a side because if you didn't, they were still going to lose the war.
Right.
But still, I mean, it goes both ways, man.
It's the same people flying, I support Ukraine, flying the Ukraine flag. Well, that was originally Russia. Russia's just trying to take it back.
Yeah.
They're just trying to rebuild the old USSR. Granted, I don't agree with it, but
yeah.
I mean, historically,
you got to look from their side too.
Historically, to the victors go the spoils. If you want the land, come take it back.
Yeah.
Dare you.
That's true.
They're all. Never mind.
Yeah.
I won't bash the Native Americans.
No, I mean they've had it pretty rough, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, but they're I mean.
And they're not the ones that are. This is Ben and Jerry's saying it. You don't see, groups of Native Americans going, "Give us Ben and Jerry's land back."
But the Native Americans now are getting they get pretty much if they want it
reparations.
Yeah, they're getting free school. They got their own land. They're allowed. I've watched specials. I'm sure you've all seen where they have their own police and everything, but they don't take advantage of it. They get free money, so there's a bunch of crackheads. They're druggies and they're alcoholics, and it's a mess. And because
it's a lot of graft
when you allow people to not have, you don't have a mix of politicians and policing and all that. When you have your own people doing it, it's very corrupt. Right. More corrupt than our own.
Oh, by far.
It's terrible. The people that are at top take everything and they give you scraps. You think you're rich, and they don't care. They don't care if you're druggies. They don't care. They don't care.
No, it's bad.
They're taxing it all.
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Totally right. And it's.
And they have dual citizenship, so they're essentially in a separate nation and in the United States. They're getting money from the United States, but they also live kind of separate. Our laws, I mean, not.
Yeah, they have their own.
I mean, it's it's a weird situation.
Well, they can keep the cops out if they want. They can keep you can't go on there and do anything without you can if it's major, but
it's like a kangaroo court.
Yeah, they got their own. They can protect people, and it's great. But hey, that's. Theirs.
That's the deal we've all made too. I mean, our government, their governments, they come up. And nothing I can say.
I feel
about
bad
it.
for the people that are trying to.
Oh yeah, get out of that situation.
Well, not even get out, but use it as like they should, but there's 90% aren't. The 10% that want to are stuck going, oh, this is awesome. This is dump. This is a dump, and we're screwing it up.
If you've ever been on the, and I've been on multiple reservations many times, and there is so much graft at the top. It's
But
ridiculous.
let me ask you, for how much money those they pull in off of all the stuff they get, casinos and all that, shouldn't all these reservations be like little Dubai or Dubai, like little Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai.
Dubai's.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Shouldn't it just be beautiful?
Yeah.
Seriously, shouldn't it be?
Right.
It's
I
all
agree.
trailers and stuff. It's not like they don't have like nice little like subdivisions and stuff. You think
The
but-
reservations, right?
Yeah, it's trailers and it's like weird. It's not. You think you'd have nice subdivisions?
I agree. That's a good
Yes.
point.
Yeah, you think you build it up, but you're right. It's the top that are screwing them worse. And our government's not great. I'm not trying to defend it. They're terrible, and usually whoever's up there.
Yeah, we're screwing over the other countries.
Yeah.
We're
But,
done with the Indians now.
Like you said, they just screw themselves up. They do, and it's sad because they could be like,
Yeah, you're getting.
they could be like the ritzy neighborhoods if they wanted to be. They have the money.
Yeah, I agree.
Tons of it. And when they're backed up by casinos, especially.
You got to wonder how much of this casino stuff is like mob and getting kickbacks, or to politicians too. I mean, because they're all interconnected, and how this, because there's so much graft. It's sad.
It'd be a lot of turquoise and silver. That's for sure. In the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Something to think about though. As we were talking about this, if DeSantis gets elected president, think about the reservations in correlation to Disney.
Yeah,
Disney kind of had their own law.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So does he kind of go after that?
Well, he did.
I mean, we can't say.
No, it
one way
wouldn't
or
be
the other,
popular.
He started doing it. And he backed off then.
Yeah, because Disney threatened to move out.
Yeah.
That's an empty threat.
Yeah,
There's
nowhere they can go.
They really did it.
Really? You don't
No,
think-
no, hold
No,
on.
they can't.
They did because who are I just talking to? Someone in their family. Where was I?
I mean, they looked at Texas.
Someone worked at Disney,
Right.
or for Disney. Her husband or his wife, and they were getting moved to Florida. They're putting up a huge campus there.
Mm-hmm.
He was about ready to move, and it's been halted.
Yeah.
They're moving. They're building it in California now.
Right.
Not a Disney thing. This is a separate company.
No, Disney's putting their like offices
Another
there,
office
like, huge
thing?
offices.
Is
Yeah,
different.
but I'm just saying though,
You can't
that
move
wasn't-
Disney
That
World.
was going to be a huge like campus there for more, and they're taking all that away from Florida, which. Man,
Yeah.
moving to California, I'm like, ugh.
Now they're going to get taxed to shit.
Yeah, which is
It's not going to work.
yeah.
It's probably
and I don't know. Maybe they lied about building there. Maybe they're like, okay, we're just going to do this. Like you're right. Maybe they'll come back. Okay, we're coming to Florida now.
You know where they should go? Waukegan.
I like that.
No, Arlington.
Yes.
There's some open land
That's
there.
right there. Yeah.
There's plenty of open land there now.
So what were we on? Bad.
Bad or good, either one.
Okay, bad. We can do this if you want. I'm going to do it. This guy is a bad man. Ella De La Cruz.
Yeah.
The dude is incredible.
He is balling.
Since he came to the team for a month, they're 21-6. They are one game in first place. Now they're 10 games over 500. When he came up, they were 4 games under 500. They're 18-17 on the road when trailing in games.
Oh, God, I would love the Cubs to have that record.
Which is
right
pretty
now.
amazing. 18-70, I know it sounds like 18-70, but when you're trailing in a game on the road in baseball,
Right.
that's tough. He stole second, third, and home yesterday
Yeah.
on 2 pitches.
Yeah. Jesus.
I know. I didn't see the home. How did he steal home?
He kind of, they were like dilly down with balls, like Little League. Like the pitcher didn't keep his eye, turn his back.
So the catcher threw back to him and he came
threw
home.
it back, and the pitcher was kind of moping back to the plate, and all of a sudden they had a camera on, it was perfect in his face, and you see his body, he got like halfway down, he just said gone, and the guy was like turned around, threw, it wasn't even close. He was safe.
That's a good way to
safe.
steal home too.
Yes, that's how you do it. Yeah, but it was incredible. So Ella De La Cruz, I think I good for him.
Right.
Big kid, fast kid, can play. Yeah. Hopefully he keeps it up and he keeps to see him because
I mean, he's gonna hit some slumps here because they're gonna figure out he's got a hole somewhere in his swing.
Yeah, they all figure it
but
out.
yeah, it's how he's gonna respond to that.
They all do. But you know what? I like what I see so far. Good for the Reds, and hopefully the Reds, instead of doing what they usually do and kick these guys out, hopefully they build around this and they have a good team.
They got some good young pitching coming up too. They got like Connor Phillips and I think it's Joe Boyle, and they got a couple guys that these guys throw 100. Hunter Green, he's on the DL right now.
I have him. Yeah,
he's on the DL right now.
He's solid. Yeah. His control's got a little better this year, but his control's an issue sometimes.
He's only 23, so he's still a young kid.
He throws hard.
He throws like 100, and those other two guys I mentioned throw super hard. Yeah. So they got a lot of young arms coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And thanks for taking my good as your bad, jackass.
I saw that.
Nice.
He's a bad man.
I'm done. I'm out of here. I quit.
You can't quit. I only quit. All right. So my bad is me.
Shit, he took mine.
Yeah. So hi, my name's Tim, and I am a basketball junkie. So I've been watching NBA Summer Basketball League and researching players. So I've been watching the last couple Lakers games, and I think I've fallen in love with Colin Castleton. He's an undrafted free agent that played for Florida. He's a 6'11" center on a two-way contract, and he looks like a solid addition for the Lakers that may get some. If he plays well in trading cap, they're saying that he may get playing time.
6'11", nice.
Yeah, and he's been a rebounding machine since he's been playing. So he's look impressive, and looks like they're gonna have another like undrafted free agent gem for the Lakers. So my bad is just being a basketball junkie and watching meaningless basketball games in the summer.
Well, at least it's not watching Bags tournament.
True. Yeah, not a good time.
Anyway,
Aaron Jones.
Hey Willie, did you go out the other night? No,
yeah. Listen to this story. What happened? Listen to this. You were there. He told. No, were you there? Tell him what he said to us
about what he did that night. Like, hey, did you? Because it was Scotty's like 40th anniversary, and he texted me. He's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, I got nothing planned. Oh, Scotty's 40th anniversary. I'm thinking about going. Okay, well, text me. Crickets. So the next time I saw him, hey, Willie, what did you do? Did you go to Scotty's 40th? He says, no, I watched the Cornhole Championships. You what? Yeah, they had like the Cornhole National Championships. It's like the 13-year-old kid was playing and he got smoked like 21-1 and.
So it's like us on Monday nights?
Yeah, exactly.
He's 13. We're grown men.
Right.
We get
I
beat
know
like
you're
that.
you're 62. We get our asses kicked. Like, we go 0-7 every fucking week, and you're fucking enjoying this? What the fuck?
He's like, suck it, 13-year-old.
Willie's my bad now.
Glenn, you're bad.
My bad is the Yankees hitting is so bad that they fired the hitting coach going into the All-Star break. And it's the first time
Before the All-Star break.
Yeah. First time the manager's ever fired anybody during the season.
And in breaking news, the White Sox hired him.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Boone's got to be worried, though, like with that payroll and stuff.
Well,
like,
yeah. Well, they got injuries, though. Judge ain't playing.
Right.
Still.
Yeah, Judge has got to heal, right?
But Judge is always injured. Last year was the only year he wasn't.
I thought Stanton was always injured.
Stanton's always injured,
Did
too.
you see the home run he hit yesterday?
No.
Shortest right porch, and it hit like the top of the fence.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's his warning track power
Yeah,
now.
exactly. And the ball that he hit, it didn't look like anything. You know what I mean? It was just like...
Yeah, but he's a monster.
Yeah.
It was probably a Baltimore chop, or what they call it, a duck fart for us.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes over the wall.
Right.
But yeah, he's never healthy either.
Right.
They can't keep anybody healthy.
No.
They got like 12 outfielders on their roster. They can't. I don't know. D. LeMahieu's hitting horrible.
Right. So
and he usually is up in the threes.
Who's the third baseman that's struggling too? Like
They're not Donaldson still.
Donaldson, yeah. He's making like a crap ton of money. So good for the Yankees.
And there, and I looked today right after that game, and the Cubs only have like they'd be trailing by 5 games right now if they were in the same division, which is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're not spending any money. Yankees are spending everybody's money.
First 2 games the Cubs ever won in the Yankee Stadium this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever. I'm sorry. That was
history.
good. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to say it out loud.
Damn it.
I actually could have used it. I didn't put it in my good.
Why the fuck are we even here? Scott's just got all the good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
Well, while we're at it, that was you,
Speaking of
right?
bad.
That was you, Glenn?
Yeah.
Nice.
So my bad is while we're talking about some of those guys, the core, how bad they have been. Baez, Bryant, Rizzo, Contreras, Addison Russell. I mean, well, he's not playing anymore.
Isn't he in Korea?
Schwarber's hitting 188, but he does get on base a ton.
Yeah, but you know what? I saw a stat. I'm sorry to interrupt.
It was better than Austin.
Yeah, the
Riley.
Yeah, he's leading the National League in hitting, right?
Yeah, the American who's the guy in
American
Baltimore?
League. Yeah.
Is it Austin Hayes? Austin Hayes.
Austin Hayes. He's leading the league in hitting, and
Schwarber's been on base more than he has.
Yeah. Because why? Because he gets on base.
He gets on base. But like Addison Russell's been out of baseball for what, like 3 years now? Contreras. Oh, those look good. Contreras is he's all right. I mean,
he might be the
Rizzo's been underperforming. Is Brian on the DL again, or is he playing right now?
Brian just came back.
He just came back, but he's only. We talked about it earlier this year. He hit his first home run ever in Colorado. Like it took him like a year and a half or something. Yeah. And Baez's on base plus slugging is like 570 or something. I mean, mine might be higher than that right now. I don't know. I haven't looked. Check it. Fact check.
I don't have it.
It's
okay.
0.
I'm going to call. Well, it's only a little bit behind his then. So, but that core has been. The Cubs absolutely did the right. That would have cost them hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep. So
and
I wonder I want to know what all the compensation was, like all the draft picks and players, like they got.
Well, baseball they don't get too much, but I mean which exact players they got. Right. We're not going to know.
The
for
worst
years.
thing the Cubs did in the whole thing is they broke even. Because they're going to end up with the better end of it no matter what.
Right.
They are, because none of those guys. The only guy, even Schwarber this year is batting like 180.
Right.
But I'd take Schwarber.
I'd rather out of that group. They should have kept him.
And Contreras too. I like Contreras being a catcher, how he plays. But Gomes playing better. Gomes has better numbers than he does right now. Gomes
they could have moved Contreras to first.
And I think the Cubs' record is like 10 games over 500 when he starts or something. Plays. I think the day we went there, they had that stat up there.
Yeah.
So it was it's crazy. So my good. Is WNBA Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier are going to start a U.S.-based WNBA off season, so people don't have to go travel to overseas to play.
Oh, good idea.
Okay, and I'm all for this. I love it. It's a great idea because now you get to see. Now these girls get to see how much money you really don't make and how much you want.
Right.
Because you're running a business now, a little different than just playing and asking for money, and they're in charge of it. Now they'll probably get sponsors. But it's an off-season. Number one, it's summer league, or it's their it'd be fall winter league for them. So I just think it's hilarious to me. I think it's funny to me. It's comical because of Brianna, because a woman did not understand the laws of a country and got arrested. They don't want to play there anymore now. We're mad, and they were making I didn't know Brittany Griner had $1 million contract to play over there. $1 million.
Yeah.
Why? I would just play there play there. Why even play here or whatever? $1 million. I'm like, why would you give that up? There's no way this league in the United States is going to be able to pay $1 million. No way.
It's a 3-on-3 league, too. So.
Oh, it's 3-on-3? Yeah. Oh, that'd be kind of different.
So does anybody know what the average WNBA player, I thought it was only like $200,000 or something.
$234,936 was the Supermax salary.
So it's pretty low.
Yes, yeah.
It's barely more than what like a upper management guy makes probably.
Yeah, $236. I mean, like we said though, I mean, $250
but good for them.
$250 to play a sport. That's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still way better than spending 60 hours in an office, missing your kids' prom and everything.
Yeah. Well, clarify that though. You said the Supermax. Those are for the top players.
Oh yeah, it's the best salary you can make. That's what
the average is 102.7.
Yeah. So
Tim makes more than that.
I was gonna say what Timmy makes in like 3 months. Yeah.
So I'd spend in 3 months.
Just on shoes.
That's your shoes and golf budget.
So that's my sarcastic good.
Yeah.
Willie.
Well, your bad was sarcastic, so go. You
no, my bad was good. He was a bad man.
That's sarcasm.
No, he's a bad man. Right, Tim? Willie hears this. They do this on another show we listen to. They sometimes they make a bad into he's a bad. I did Ella de la Cruz.
Yeah,
he's a bad man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't do that anymore until you watch the Blues Brothers.
I've seen the Blues Brothers.
I thought you said you haven't.
No, I've seen that. I haven't seen
Slapshot.
I saw that. I saw that. No, you're right. I saw Animal House. That's what I saw. Blues Brothers. I saw parts of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
God,
Blues Brothers.
I'm about ready to quit. That's one of my top 5 movies of all time.
Debbie Does Dallas, Deep Throat, Blues Brothers, Slapshot,
The Crying Game.
People get upset.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, that's 6.
Yeah. That's a tie. Tie for 5th.
The Blues Brothers is my all-time favorite musical. I put it up even ahead of like Sound of Music, West Side Story. Yeah, I was like,
awesome.
But I think the Blues Brothers is the best musical ever made.
Favorite song is Rubber Biscuit.
Yeah, Rubber Biscuit.
So Willie, real quick, give us all 3 right away. Ugly, bad, to see if you can match any of us. Real quick. Ugly, bad, good.
Ugly is, I think, what's going to happen with the West Virginia coach Huggins saying he didn't quit.
Yeah.
After
getting, he's suing him now.
He's going to sue him.
The university seemed to have a lot of information though that went to counter that.
Wait, didn't he tweet out that he was resigning?
I thought, but
he might still been.
They said that was from his wife's phone,
and I didn't know he was suspended for the year already before this happened. Unless I read it wrong. He was suspended for the year because of the whole what he said on that talk show.
Yeah.
And I thought it said, did I print that? Go ahead, Willie. Go with your.
You know what he said on the talk show? Do you remember? He's like, "Fuck that! I'll drive drunk if I want. I'll just lie and say I wasn't quitting."
That would have been probably better than what he said, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
Because it was like these Christian word for a British cigarette.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
what he said.
really?
Oh, yeah. It was,
It-
and
it's
he
a-
said it like 3 times. He's on a talk show. Not like he got like him and a buddy were talking and got caught like recorded. He was talking on a radio show.
Ed,
Just said it.
it's,
And I'm guessing-
it's gaff spelled backwards.
It's gaps. And I'm guessing it's a
fag.
show
It's
that
fag.
gets more than
I'll
8
just say it,
listeners.
it's fag.
Faggots. Cigarettes.
So it's a show that gets more than 8 listeners like us.
They found out about it. So, and you're ugly?
And
Or
then-
you're bad?
The bad's the shenanigans that went on in the Parkside locker room.
That was his-
Well, that was my ugly, yeah. With
and the next guy that says shenanigans, I'm going to pistol whip him.
and you're good. We're good right now.
My
Give
good,
us-
my
give us
good
your
is the Detroit Tigers with their combined no-hitter. I think it's their 9th. I think it's their 9th
Nice.
combined, or not combined, but their 9th no-hitter in history. So.
Ever since that Galarraga debacle.
Oh my gosh,
that should've
that came up again the other day. Someone was just showing that and how the manager was just going at him at the time.
Yeah.
You know, just
And he was rightfully so.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I guarantee the ump feels, I mean,
He did.
horrible. But now Galarraga is the most
Who's that?
well-known.
Joyce?
yeah.
Mike
Joyce.
Joyce? Bill Joyce? Jim Joyce?
Jim Joyce.
Joyce?
Joyce.
Felt bad for the guy, but bad call. It was a terrible call. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even a close call.
In that kind of a situation,
Yeah.
you can't screw that call up.
So did you do good yet, Tim?
Nope.
Okay.
My good is Greg Popovich signing a 5-year extension with the Spurs for $80 million. Rightfully so, he should be the highest paid coach, recently eclipsing Monty Williams' recent 6-year, $78.5 million deal with Detroit. And not the fact that he's with Detroit, just for the fact that Pop is going to stay around and develop Wemby, and which I think will be good for continuity for that team.
Do you think he would have gotten number 1 pick? He would have signed the contract.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's a contract.
Right.
It's money. It's $80 million. It's hard to turn down.
Right.
To do what you love to do. So,
But no, if he wouldn't have got Wemby, I don't think he would have signed that contract. He might have been like
2 year.
2 year.
I'll take a 2. $80 million.
Right.
Glenn, you're good.
Have you heard of this kid named De La Cruz?
No, tell me more.
Since you stole that, my good are these Reese's dipped animal crackers, only found at Costco.
Dude, these things are legit.
I'm not a huge peanut butter fan.
It's not what your dog says.
No, my dog likes it. My dog likes it. I don't. I don't lick it. No, it was wrong. Because my dog says, I don't eat peanut butter.
Well, how did you teach the dog to do that?
Ruh-roh. That's our second Scooby.
Yeah, thanks to Shauna, Mike's significant other, Shauna, for grabbing me 3 bags of these at Costco. So, saw it. I can't remember where I saw it. Like
Facebook. It was circulating around Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Like how good they are, and I needed coffee anyway because I love.
They are legit.
Yeah.
So you guys are saying I should be on Facebook to find these things?
No.
Because no, I don't need to. Some
You-
of you'll do it for me.
Because you found these on Facebook?
No, I'm not on Facebook. So yeah, good call.
Right.
I did the old-fashioned way, you know. I
know a fat man.
I know multiple fat people.
4 pieces are 150 calories.
That's it.
I'm at
That's
like
it.
I'm at like 600 calories right now. It's only been-
600. I'm at 1,500.
It's only went around the table twice. Oh. Whose turn is it?
You're good.
I'm going to actually talk about one of the most dominant athletes of our time.
15,000 generations of humanity, yet we have evolved not at all. Bound like animals to the laws of physics, shamed before the universe. And in all of history, only one man has stood to say that he will dictate what is and is not possible in this world. I speak of this man. For he has broken reality, and all of time pours down around us now at once, simultaneous and endless, erasing cause and effect and opening all possibilities before us. to their own creation, and they smile at his achievement, and they say, he shall live forever. For he does not do it for money. He does not do it for glory. He does it for his people. He does it for his country. He does it for freedom. And the gods shine down on us now. And the gods shine down on us still. Because of him alone. Because of him alone. The Nathan's Famous 4th of July champion of the world.
Well, damn it, I was going to say Logan Paul, but that's great, Ed.
That guy's fantastic.
Right.
None of it even makes any sense, but it's just word jumbles. It's like listening to Kamala Harris if she had some personality.
Wow.
Just words after words.
I thought he was Joey Pistachio now, not John Chestnut.
16th championship in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Do we know anybody else with 16 championships? Bill Russell doesn't have 16 championships.
How many did he eat?
I don't know.
It was after a rain delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
wasn't a record 70 something?
I don't know.
I don't know if he did that again, but I don't know.
No,
he's kind of gone down his last couple of
I
years.
think he was in the 60s somewhere.
62, I think.
But
last year was 63. And
does he hold
the
the
one time
he holds the
had,
record?
70
right?
something.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
of
somebody
hot
said he
dogs.
cheated on that one. I've heard
How would
stories.
you eat?
How do you cheat? You shove it in your ass? What? I mean,
I can't eat that many. Could you eat?
The Northwestern football
Let me
team
ask a
won
question.
that year.
Could you eat 10 hot dogs?
I could
How long do I
Oh,
get?
yeah.
How long do I
Oh,
get?
yeah.
Well, shit, I eat 30 fucking brats in the weekend. And
How about 10 hot dogs?
How
How about 10 hot dogs in a minute?
Fuck no.
no.
Okay, how about 5 minutes?
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5.
Oh, yeah.
Willie? You like hot dogs?
I do like hot dogs. They have to be like Kogel's.
Soundbite
or-
right there. I do like hot dogs.
The hot dogs we had on the 4th of July were really good.
Yeah, Kogel's. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. Yep. Yeah, I could eat.
You're not eating Vienna beef hot dogs; those big fat ones are.
Oh,
not.
no, those
But
things
you're just
are-
like regular hot
They
dogs.
hurt your mouth, don't they? Ed?
You could eat a whole. You could eat a whole pack of hot dogs in, probably 10 minutes. No problem.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, I wanted assurance that you could.
yeah.
You know,
Maybe.
We're going to find out how many animal crackers you can eat in 10 minutes pretty quick.
I'm already past that point.
He had 62 today or this year.
Okay. What was the record? Does it say record? I'm sorry, Glenn.
No.
No records on there. Okay, so that was this week's Good, Badly, Ugly. Start of the show.